Hello, guys. Long time no see, kind of. Sorry I haven't been around lately. I miss you guys. I miss the Tumblr community, and I apologize that I've been absent from it. But I've had to be for this time period in my life. I have been writing still, but evidently some pieces are just not meant to be shared. Never thought I would feel that way, but here I am. Though I did write something this morning that I do want to share with you guys. So I'm going to read it because it's long. If you guys get bored with reading a lot of text, you can just click on the video and I'll read it for you. With that said, I appreciate you guys watching this. This isn't one I would prefer to perform, but it's really long, so I'm going to, for that reason. I hope you guys like it. If you don't, feel free to click away at any moment. With that said, I'm just going to start reading. Thank you for watching, and have a good night. Since childhood, I felt slightly crooked, as if my head were attached to the ground and my feet dead set determined in upheaving themselves towards the sky. My heart has always been a dead weight, forever thriving in that realm of murky and mysterious waters, even though my body waits patiently with my toes curling happily into the dry land. I remember being in my tiny body and feeling monstrous for no apparent reason. I felt fearful that I was insane long before I even adequately understood what that word truly defined. Though attempting to think fairly now, I suppose to this day I'm still unsure of where that dividing line can be drawn between internal sanity and external insanity. To me, the only act that one can truly deem insane is the effort in trying to define an experience or person as such. Regardless, at such a tender age and before double digits, I felt as if I was doomed, damned in the dark and disturbing thoughts of myself. Even now, from where these thoughts came, I have no recollection, for truly I was quite a sheltered child in the sense that the world threw nothing too harsh on my doorstep, and I never awoke to find a slaughtered lion in my bed. Still, something inside of me, though, insisted I was not like the others in a very unique way. It made me feel bottomless and fathomless, isolated in my own confines. It made me feel like one day I could be swallowed whole within myself. I used to hide away and play with the imaginaries of my mind. For myself, I learned to masturbate at the age of 5. I learned obsession quickly thereafter. Compulsions came easy to my delicate fingers, and shadows pervaded my mind on even the brightest of mornings. Perhaps this is where the root of my guilt, my dirty feelings regarding myself stemmed from. I was too curious, and I knew that curiosity always killed the cat. My father was too brave, and he made me even worse, so that I never shuddered from the thought of death, not even if this happened to be my 9th life. Though something kept flashing the infinity sign behind my eyes, and I knew this was only round number 8. Until one morning, years, months, minutes later, it all made sense, and I could feel the itch, the stretch, and the undeniable need to relinquish myself. Whoever had been holding the keys, though I suspect it was me all along, had finally unlocked the internal hinges and was asking for my insides to expand outwards in a state of opaque bedlam. When I awoke that day, there was dew on my eyelids, moss in my mouth, and a dampness in my skin that left me desperately absorbed. I could feel rebirth tickling the area behind my navel, and with a laugh lighter than air, I fully surrendered to the ache, knowing very well this was only the beginning of a journey full of enduring. Still, I relished and gratefully opened wide to watch her fly out. She had no wings and awkwardly bruised arms that took her right away from me. Though I made no attempts to stop this, rather I had to let her go, just to see how she might spin. Somehow I had made sure her feet would move too fast in order to ensure her fall. Not a suckle of cruelty in this honey. I just knew I needed to be sure. I needed to see that look on her face. I had to witness her hint of grace even as she lost total balance, chipping her tooth on the phallic ground and breaking her neck on the mother mounds. I had to smile as she swallowed the blood and laughed away the ignorance and broken bones. I then had to give her fire, as admiration for her strength and to test the will of her fortitude. I knew all too well her curiosity, of her insatiable imagination and the shadows that cast doubt over the light. Under the veil of night and cloud, I watched in awe and wonder as she burned the desert fields into a midnight mass of prayer. She blew the tumbleweeds like dandelions away and towards the stars. My smile grew like the embers in the fire as the soles of her feet scurried around the flames. She made me uncontrollably giddy, but I wanted her to return before she blistered. Her dance was invincible, though, to my thoughts, to time, to space, and to the blaze. Even as her toes bled and burned, her heels scarring too deep to ever heal into forgotten memories. It was in that moment that she truly frightened me. It was the smoke-induced thought that she may be her own creator, that it may be her veins which are the reins, and I a ghost viewing from the background, who could only hope to sing haunting melodies in attempts to steer her towards the water and away from the hounds that left my skin faltering against the chilled winds. And it was just as the first tear was to leave my eye in complete fear that she turned towards me, with the devil dripping all over her smile, and angels soaring freely in her eyes. It was in that moment that I let out the single greatest breath of relief, for I knew right then and there that she was me and would forever be mine, even past this ninth hole. That was the end of that. I don't have a title, but I appreciate you guys listening. And like I said, have a wonderful night.